shoot. It's pretty tragic. It's like almost.
Good afternoon, everybody. Phil and Jen's coffee hour. Grab your smokes and a cup of coffee.
Ready for takeoff.
Here we go. Anyway, so now that the washing machine settled down, I felt compelled to do a video today on the Las Vegas shooter. I've kind of been poking around. Here we go with the conspiracy theories. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Have you heard any of them?
Yeah. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of different things that are being said.
Personally, I mean, from everything I've looked at, you know, and that's the great thing about the internet. You can pick the news you want to read. You don't have to be subject to what they're force feeding you on TV. You know what I mean? It's like you really can pick and choose what you want to listen to. If it doesn't sound right, you can change the channel, which is great, you know. But I went on Lively. First I went right when this incident, the day after the incident, and there was only a couple of videos out then. On one of those videos, I heard a gunfire, rapid gunfire, close. It was a transgender taxi cab driver that was filming with her phone. And the first gunfire was close. It sounded like almost like right next to where she was at. But then after that, you know, 10 seconds after that, you heard the distant gunfire.
Right.
Which to me, that sounded kind of, it wasn't an echo. So that kind of like, they are saying that reports came out with multiple shooters, you know, so. And I'll tell you what, I also heard that they turned the lights on when in the stage area, which gave the guy better optics. I don't know, it's a terrible tragedy, and I believe it's either one or two things. The person is pure evil, or they're psychotic. Both.
Yeah, but then there's that theory that they brainwash somehow people and get into their heads. What do you think about that?
I do believe that that they use psychological warfare, or whatever they call it. That they use people as guinea pigs to practice on them. They found what works, what doesn't work. It's top secret. I do believe they have the capabilities of doing it, but to be able to prove it is very hard.
Just like,
and there have people that have come out, and there's this one, it's actually more recent, I've never heard of it, I just seen it actually on YouTube, where the government has been practicing brainwashing people, you know, to push their agenda of the gun control law. You know, every time there's an incident, that's the first thing they attack. I mean, they know that it's the person that is the murderer, not the weapon. And the only one that's going to be affected are the law-abiding citizens, not the criminals who don't care about the laws anyway. You know what I mean? They already know that. It's not rocket science. But they really want to do their best to take all the firearms from the citizens. And our forefathers left us with that Constitution, you know, the Bill of Rights, the amendments, you know, so that, because they foreseen that that's what they were going to do. As much as you don't want to think about it, You need revolution. You need to cycle through, and history does repeat itself. You know? Well, we're kind of going off the topic.
Right.
Getting back to the Las Vegas shooter.
Right.
I mean, from the different things I've seen, it's too early to really form an opinion. And although I'll entertain some conspiracy theories, I don't buy into them.
No.
No, I mean, if they make sense, you know what I mean, I buy into it.
What do you buy into? What do you think?
Everything.
What do you
can
think
always
so
make
on?
sense with a conspiracy. You
Well,
can
yeah.
always make sense with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of lies out there, but you put together the evidence and come up with the truth pretty quick, you know?
Yeah. Like, I heard I heard the dispatch tape, where I listened to a whole hour of police dispatch, and it really sounded like masked, like these cops were not expecting that to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things are pretty humdrum compared to that, you know, and
Wow.
it really, definitely, they learned something. You wouldn't want to wish that on your worst enemy, something like that happened. And there's going to be more of it that's going to happen. And if you take away guns, they're going to use bombs. There's always going to be another means.
Right.
Because screwball is a screwball is going to commit the crime. No matter what weapon they have to their availability, they'll find something to use. If anything, you want law-abiding citizens to have firearms on them so that they can nip the problem in the bud. God forbid, you know, they're in a movie theater and they got a concealed carry and the guy next to them starts opening fire on people. You could just take them out and save lives because you have a gun.
Right.
And you're a law-abiding citizen. You're not going to do anything like that. Like I said, only the criminals.
Right.
So, they have been trying tactics, and I did suspect, but I have no proof. But I did suspect early on in my years, even as a young teenager, I did suspect that the government, it seemed it was just kind of like off the wall when this all started. It was never like that. And then all of a sudden, these people, once a month, were coming out of the woodwork, you know, doing unspeakable acts towards another human.
Mm. Yes. Ones you can't even bear looking at. It's horrible. What one human being can do to another human being.
It is what it is. It's over. Now, really, instead of politicizing everything, we need to pray for the victims and their families that are, you know, they've had something taken from them, you know, and their whole lives have changed dramatically.
They'll never be the same.
But they have to be strong-minded, and they have to pull through and just hold memory of that person, like I do, you know, with my friends that are deceased. Family.
Yeah, there's different, I mean, there's decent people out there in the world. Look what this male character did for this woman who had breast cancer. This was her last day of treatment, and she had it before, and she knows how she felt. So she put all these balloons out in front of her yard, but
Memory, right?
of her last day of treatment that saved her life. But it wasn't just her. Every one of these had a name on it, and she didn't know what these names were. No, they were her neighbors, just supporting her. Some gave money to help her out. It's just wonderful, the different things
People
that
come together and help. Yeah.
there are good people out there.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I want to
That's what I'm saying. You can look for news like that. That's
like
why
that.
I try to
Makes
stay
me
away
happy.
from all the negativity. Of course, this incident, you could not escape it because it was all over.
We do need to go in there. Whatever help needs to be done for those people there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in Las Vegas. The police, hopefully they'll do their job.
You know,
Whoever
could you
saw
imagine
anything,
that? The
hopefully
families that didn't have the money to pay for a funeral, now they have to come up with funeral money.
I don't know. There has
That's
to
the
be
hard-
something. That
I don't think there is anything. I mean, I've never
That's
came
needed.
across that.
That's a needed thing.
The last
What
time
do
I
we
was
do?
involved in a funeral, everybody from the family I gave everything I had. You know what I mean? Which wasn't a lot, but it was everything I had. And that's what everybody did. They gave what they could, and that's what paid for the funeral. Upwards of, you know,
How much
$7,000 to $10,000.
Was it that much?
Yeah, well, you know what? I wouldn't have. For me, I don't need no fancy casket.
How much did my mom?
Dude, put me in a pine box and trade me out.
How much did my mom cost? I don't remember. I walked it out. I was just out of my mind. I can't remember.
Everything, all in all,
Yeah.
it was
Is it
upwards of
$7,000?
$7,000.
It wasn't $7,000. I didn't
Within
have
that
the coffin.
range.
I didn't have the coffin. I didn't have to pay the any. Really,
Yeah,
I
well,
didn't
with the
have to pay.
coffin, that's $3,000 right there.
I got the
And-
thing online.
I swear they put you in something else anyway. You don't bury it
It's
with
just
a
her
nice
memory
coffin.
anyway. It's just a nice memory.
Who's gonna know?
So, and it was a beautiful service, and I spoke. My aunt spoke, and I took everybody out to dinner. That was the cost, really. You know.
No, that was very traumatic thing. You did wonderfully.
No, I
in a
know.
pinch.
Yeah.
On top of all the other things that
But
you
I
had to
think I
face.
did it.
you know.
I think it was like. I think it was under $4,000.
Yeah, right.
And it was beautiful. So that goes to show if you want to do something nice, you can do it. Price range.
And if you're in a position to help others,
Yes,
you
to help.
should.
Always.
But
You
anyway,
never know.
so that concludes our talk about the Las Vegas shooter. Really, we come up with nothing.
Off topic.
Too early to
all
tell.
right.
You know, you believe what you want to believe. Hey, that's what makes us a free country. God bless America. I'm very excited. 8 years of good economy with jobs, growth. That's all I need, right, to kind of make up the lost time. So I think we're on the right track. We are facing traumatic things with the weather and people, but it's up to us to be strong, push forward, put our best foot forward every day, and treat others like we would want to be treated. On that note, have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.